channel. Please hit that subscribe button for more daily Reddit stories. This next story comes to us from Training Outcome 5466. You want me to email you everything? Sure, let's jump right in. So this is from back when I was in college. I was working a job on campus and my manager moved on to a different organization and was replaced by someone else who we'll call Karen. Now, our team of 10 students worked super well, very efficient, and got everything as expected. Karen comes in and decides that the team needs to change the way we work. So she makes massive changes and makes our lives harder. But it's all part of the job and we deal with it. Also, I was the unofficial leader of the team and constantly advocated for my team. We were close and we knew what worked for each of us, and the rest of the team looked to me as a leader. So obviously Karen hated me because I'd advocate against stupid policies that had no benefit but only made our lives harder. Each of us had a weekly one-on-one meeting with Karen to discuss the stuff we got done, needed to get done, etc. As always, I went in with an agenda, made sure she got all the updates I had, made sure she answered all my questions, made sure I answered all her questions, and then ensured I had a 5-minute space at the end for her to discuss anything she had to talk to me about. 2 weeks into the changes, she tells me that I have not been updating her properly. Surprised, I ask her what updates I didn't give, and as she lists it out, I point to the agendas of our previous 2 meetings and show her that I did discuss it. She says that verbal updates aren't acceptable, and I need to email them to her. I am confused, but I know how to pick my battles and agree to it. In fact, she writes me up for not properly communicating with her, not giving her updates, and not keeping her in the loop about my work, so I am pissed off. After the meeting, I check with my team, and this isn't the setup for anyone. Everyone gives her verbal updates and sometimes emails them, but there's no real rule for it to be an email every time. So I decided to follow her policies as she stated. That evening, I sent her a long email with the details of everything I got done over the last 2 weeks. The next day onwards, every day when I clock in, I send her an email with my tasks for the day. As I complete tasks, I update her via email, and if I'm stuck on something, update her on that too. I CC her on all the emails I send, and also send her an email at the end of the day with what I didn't get done. Now, this doesn't take me long because I write most of these emails in my own tracker, so it's just a matter of copy-paste. However, when writing in my tracker, I do it on my time, but since this is a work-related task, I must do it on the clock. So not only is she getting approximately 15 emails a day from me, she's also paying me for about 1 extra hour each day. This matters later. Given how new Karen is, she doesn't realize that I have built a mini network with some of her colleagues given my time in this job, and I find out that Karen now has a habit of ignoring all emails from me. Also matters later. I don't care about it because I'm now getting paid for stuff I was doing on my own time. A couple of months or so later, our department has to host an event. The tasks are divided and all is good. The 2 tasks I have are to manage the food for all the guests and to provide parking tickets to the guests in advance. Large university, parking office is a pain to work with. I get the parking done and then I focus on the food the week before the event because we only got final confirmations then. I realize that there are several guests who have various dietary restrictions. I also am suddenly told that a few of the guests are in wheelchairs. They told me that because they needed specific parking spots, but our venue is not accessible. Given the importance of this, I immediately email her, but knowing that she ignores my emails, I CC the parking team to ensure they have a consolidated list because Karen obviously won't send it, and the person managing guests during the event so they know to ask Karen about the special meals when the guests arrive. We don't have any more one-on-ones before the event, so I try to figure out how to tell her to make sure the guests aren't affected. I try to schedule a meeting with her, but given that she's ignoring my emails, she is also ignoring all my meeting requests. So I give up and decide to enjoy the fireworks during the event. The reason I need to talk to her is that I need the budget increase to accommodate these multiple dietary restrictions. Gluten-free meals plus nut-free meals all really add up, and we were at the max of my permitted budget already. Essentially, we had a meal budget of say $20 a person, but these special meals cost $25 a person. One thing that makes doing this difficult for me is that as much as I hate Karen, I do not have the ability to let that hate for Karen affect other people. So I spoke to facilities to get a ramp kept in the back room for the wheelchairs and found that about 5 of the people coming had not picked meals, so we didn't have to offer them meals. Got the caterers to set it up so we could provide a reduced offering to those 5 while ensuring that the gluten and nut-free meals were available for those who had asked. Day of the event, the guests in wheelchairs arrive and are stuck at the entry to the event that has 3 steps. Given that I am managing the food, no one thinks to blame me, so Karen is frantically running around trying to find someone to throw under the bus because her boss is chewing her out. Then I hear the words gluten intolerant. 20 seconds later, Karen and her boss are in my face, ready to chew me out. I was fully prepared for this, and the conversation went something like this. Didn't you know we have people who cannot eat either of the standard meals? Yes, I did. I emailed you about it because we needed to increase the meal budget to accommodate that. Did you not speak to the caterers? I didn't get any such email, while her boss gives her a look. I sent it to you, see? Shows the email on my phone. Boss says, Karen. Karen in literal tears because this event is her boss's baby, and people have gotten in a lot of trouble over messing up this event. But you didn't send it to me, did you? Boss was very mad. What do we do now? Let me figure something out. Also, I see people in wheelchairs. What are we doing about them? No clue. We're trying to figure it out. I'll take care of that too. 10 minutes later, I go to the boss. I got facilities to give us a ramp that we're putting by the stairs for the guests in a wheelchair, and I spoke to the caterers, and we'll have the gluten-free and nut-free meals ready. Thanks. 2 days later, I had my one-on-one with Karen. Surprisingly, her boss was there. Lo and behold, Karen got written up. My write-up was removed. Karen stopped trying to mess with me, and the entire team now has laughs every time we mention a gluten allergy. There was a saying down in the comments for this one, and I really liked it. It says, "She who lives by the ignored email dies by the ignored email." I do love how you covertly solved all the problems without anybody knowing, and then when the problems were brought to you, it made you look extra competent because you were able to solve them in record time. Well done, Opie. I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, but our next story today comes to us from Haitu was taken? I don't know, let me know down below. You want me to move out of your way? But of course, please help me to do so. Let's jump right in. This story takes place on a dark, cold, rainy winter morning. It was about 7:30 a.m., outside temperature was not above 5 Celsius, and I was in my car as many others, patiently sitting in traffic. I was in a roundabout at the exit of it. My car was still fully in the roundabout's right lane, and there was a lot of traffic before and after me. Though I was taking a lot of space in the roundabout, I did my best to get as close as possible to the car in front of me, so the cars who want to go around the roundabout could pass behind me. Granted, they had to get their wheel on top of the not high concrete plate the middle of the roundabout was made of to be able to pass behind me. Several cars made their way around the roundabout without me stopping them whatsoever. Then comes this SUV. SUV being higher and having bigger wheels than the previous Polo or Golf that already passed behind me without issues. I was very surprised when he stopped behind me and started honking, as I was, to my appreciation, already almost touching the car in front of me. Of course, I didn't push. The guy kept honking, then got out of his car visibly aggravated, but he also seemed taken aback when I lowered my windows with a friendly smile on my face. I guess he was expecting me to be hostile. Here, B will be that 50-year-old boomer and M will be me. Can you move? Don't you see you're blocking traffic? Well, I would if I could. I'm already almost touching the car in front of me. He went in front of my car to check and came back, realizing his stupidity but refusing to admit it. Well, you could move it closer still smiling and being friendly. Oh sure, of course, I cannot see in front. You can just help me do so. What? Yeah, just guide me. Tell me how close I can get. I then proceed to move forward as slowly as possible while that guy was trying to pretend I had more room to move forward, but couldn't commit to it because of how close I was already. While we were playing that little game, traffic began moving again, and I just passed that guy without even looking at him. Okay, here we go. I'm